Right, okay, so I've had a few experiences in the woods, things that I can't explain. So I've been doing a bit of research into it, and I've been looking at this map basically, and it's got all different encounters of different creatures and whatnot. But there seems to be a lot of encounters with big hairy men, like wild men, if you were, or woodwose, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to say Bigfoot, that's an American term. So, you know, I'm a Bigfoot. I've got big feet. I've got size 14 feet. Doesn't make me a Bigfoot. But I want to go through a few things like, you know, if something like this could survive out there, if it's real, we can find it, we can track it. You know, if it leaves footprints and whatnot, you know, if it's there, it should be able to be found, you know, unless there's like a cave system that we don't know about that it's hiding in, or, you know, it could be in an abandoned building and whatever. But what's out there and what could it be? So I'm going to go through a few things, you know, like me personally, I don't know what it is, haven't got a clue, but what I've been led towards is thinking it is a wild man. And there has been sightings, videos, pictures and whatnot of people encountering these things. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if we can set up camera traps. We're going to put sand traps down, alarms, all sorts of things in the woods to see if something is moving through there. And if something is moving through there and it is what I think it is, or what it could be, we'll be able to get it on camera. We'll be able to get some fur, we'll be able to get footprints or whatever. So we're going to have to give it a go and see what we can do. So what I'm going to do is do a little mini series, and I'm also going to go up to the woods where it happened and go live and see if we encounter anything. So here we go then. I'm going to get on to the first subject. As I've been looking into this, I see a lot of people looking at tree structures, they call them, you know, where trees are placed in a certain way where this creature's trying to stop you from going through, or it's sending things out to other creatures and whatever. Unless there's any other evidence with these so-called tree structures, I would completely ignore them personally. That's not evidence for me. That is just trees bending over. I see a lot of people putting up these archways, pictures of archways of, oh look, here's another archway, and all it is a piece of coppice that hasn't got enough sunshine, or it's grown too big too quick and it's become top heavy and it's just bent over. It's nothing more, nothing less. As for like glyphs and signs in the on the ground, unless you've got like a reference point, there's no point in even looking at them, because it's just like, oh, there's loads of sticks have landed in an X shape. Yeah, but they do it all the time. You'd be surprised what happens when the wind's up, and you know, in nature. So I'm going to dismiss the tree structures, and I see a lot. I'm probably going to annoy some people with this, but to me, that's not evidence. That's just trees being trees. I've been in the forest a very long time, and I've never seen them as anything suspicious, unless there was, you know, like it was a big tree and it was bent, you know, something like that. Fair enough, you know, like halfway up the tree something snapped it off. I mean, that might be worth looking at. But when it's just things that are bent over, personally, I don't think they're good evidence, you know. I mean, evidence for me would be like a photograph, video, would be footprints, fur. I know in America they get a lot of footprints and stuff, so, you know, to me, if you can prove that that's an actual animal's foot, and you get experts to look at the dermal ridges and patterns in the feet and stuff like that, to me that's good enough evidence. Because, you know, a deer will walk through the woods and leave footprints. You see the footprints and say that's a deer. If you see big ass human-like massive footprints, is it, you know, one of these creatures? I'm not too sure about the footprints in England, but I'll have to look it up. But if there's something out there, it's going to leave footprints, and it's going to leave fur, stuff like that. You know, it's going to defecate. There's certain things, you know, if it eats, it shits. So there's going to be things that we can look for. Thing is with tree structures, I think people get a bit excited and they watch too many American programs, and you see a lot of these Americans go out. No offense to you guys, but we see a lot of these guys going out, and because they believe fully and solely in Bigfoot, they hear a noise and, oh, it's a Bigfoot. And, oh, look, that tree snapped, it must be a Bigfoot. And I've seen a lot of these videos where people just get too excited. everything that they see could be a Bigfoot. Oh, well, they're definitely here. Oh, there's, you know, and they got thermal cameras and everything, and, you know, they don't find anything. If this thing is real, it's going to be elusive, it's going to keep away from people. As soon as you rock up in those woods making loads of noise and you know, just being a menace, basically, they're going to be gone. You know, you've got all these pudgy little nerdy blokes who don't know anything about the woods. They're all walking around with parabolic bloody microphones and heat sensor vision and all that stuff. I don't think personally you're going to find anything like that. I think you need to just be relaxed and let them come to you. If they're going to come out, they're going to come to you. There's no way you're going to find them, track them down, you know, find out where they are. They will keep moving away. If they're wild animals, or if they're like us, you know, they'll be off. There's no way that they're going to be hanging around. If they don't want to be there, they won't be there. So yeah, but I've also seen people, you know, like when the scouts go out, there's one of my local woods, there's always big wooden teepees made out of branches and stuff like that, smack bang in the middle of a clearing, you know, and I've seen some people go up to them and go, oh yeah, this is like a den, this is where they sleep. One, they wouldn't, anything in its right mind wouldn't sleep in a big open clearing, you know. You'd keep in a shallow somewhere, or a little ditch, maybe cover yourself with a tree, you know. You wouldn't, you know, upturned trees, stuff like that. You wouldn't just make a structure straight smack bang in the middle of the woods, unless you're trying to warn someone or something. But there's a lot of people in England that's, you know, it's not going to be, it's going to be kids making teepees and little tree structures and stuff like that in the woods. I'd dismiss it completely, unless there's something, you know, there's some actual physical evidence around it as well, and you've seen something making it. Personally, I wouldn't even bother. So this is the first video, I suppose, of me, some of my thoughts on what it could be. So that's my little introduction and my tree structures. I went into footprints, didn't mean to go into footprints, but I did. There's lots of things I want to talk about, so you're going to be seeing loads of these little mini videos of me going on about it. I think the next thing I will cover is like eye shine and stuff like that, so we'll go into that in the next video. Cheers for watching. Thank you.